Hey, I'm live. How's it going, everyone? I don't have very many followers, nor do I really have, any followers. I play Star Trek Fleet Command, and some of you know me as Stone Vulcan on server 20 in the US, and I do okay for myself, but mostly what I was hoping to do is have this channel kind of just mostly be less about how to do things and more about commiserating in the negative parts of Star Trek Fleet Command, and also celebrating the parts that we all enjoyed together and talking about some of the things that I have noticed from a social perspective with how people play this game. So part of what I'm going to do here is start by sharing out my YouTube link to Discord. I'm going to just go ahead and do it. SV is streaming. The irony of this is that these are the only people that are going to watch to start with anyways. So no harm in pausing the beginning of this to go and share that with everyone. But one of the things I'm working on tonight is creating a little thank you art piece for the people that are part of Quarks. I do have to say, I run a Discord server. It's been cross alliance since the beginning. The only rule that I had when I very first started was like, be nice, just be nice to each other. There's no alliance politics. There's no trash talking, or excessive trash talking, at least. The server itself actually became a snowball, right? Like it was just me and some people I had talked to, and then people they had talked to, and then the next thing you know, right, I have this awesome community of friendly, kind people who are not obsessed with the politics and the drama that comes along with playing Star Trek Fleet Command. And I'll apologize in advance because I am phone only, ET phone only, SV phone only. I'm a little bit jealous of the people that don't use iPhone and have blue stacks or whatever on their computer, because of the fact that like my thumbs hurt from just using this shit. And honestly, like I've made some cartoons. In fact, I've got some of them here, but I'm a big fan or proponent of Fat Finger Frank. So who the put Fat Finger Frank in charge of the recall button, right? Fat Finger Frank, man, that's this guy. I do that like probably 4 or 5 times a day, where I spend Latinum, right? That was another one I was thinking about doing is, God damn it, Frank, I told you we just wanted to spend normal resources on the repairs this time. Because before they made it so that you have to like do the special interface to do the repair to spend Latinum to make it instant, right? I would just go to repair my ship, and then like there's 400 Latinum on repairing, an ECS Envoy or some shit, right? So I appreciate the changes, and I do have to say, like, as much shit as we give Scopely for all the things that they do, right? They listen and they make changes at times, right? When I first started, there were no tokens, 0 tokens. So if I spent money on a package or resources or anything like that, right, I was immediately a giant fucking target for every player in the game who was more powerful than me. And at the time, still a noob, I took every base hit personally. Oh, you did that to me. Like, no, we did that to you. You did that to you. You have bubbles. We all know that. So anyways, circling back to this, I'm going to start doing little thank you notes to people who have been super helpful along the way. Quarks, like I said, is started off as just me and some people from my alliance, and I really didn't want it to be an alliance thing. I wanted it to be a cross alliance thing, Because in my mind, I see people playing this game for two reasons, right? The first reason is you love Star Trek, and then you got caught into it, and all of a sudden you really love, fighting against other people and trying to win events and the game itself, right? Whether the game itself means the PvP parts, the PvE parts, the events, the rewards, the feeling like you're more important than someone else for once in your life. I'm sure we all know someone like that, right? But for me, it's the second part, which is community. Like this whole game for me has been about community. I'm not impressed by like the game dynamics. I don't think that there's like room for you to practice harder than other people so that your skills can improve and you can suddenly upset people, right? This isn't a first person shooter. This isn't, this isn't a sport, right? It's a game, and it's got its pros and it's got its cons. But I will say that I've never played a game where I've spent more time outside of the game engaged with the community of players in the game. Played a lot of Destiny, played a lot, like you name it, a lot of Xbox games for me personally, sports and otherwise. And thanks, Michael. I end up meeting people right in the game, and I think I've made like maybe one or two friends that I would play with on a regular basis that I had never actually met before in real life, right? Well, with this game, I now have an entire community. I mean, when I say community, what I'm talking about is like 200-300 people that I would say I'm well acquainted with just from opening up a Discord server and facilitating communication and community amongst everyone, right? Putting that together has been eye-opening in a lot of ways, but it's also, I mean, this is quite literally for a getting to know you type of thing, right? This is what I do for my job on a day-to-day basis. I work for a software company that facilitates communication within organizations. And so getting to dive into Discord, learn that technology, restricting as it may be, I've really appreciated all of the help that everyone's given me. So again, we've now created an infinity loop because I'm circling back twice. But there's a thank you note on the way for some of you guys. Also, with this channel, one of the things that I'm hoping to have happen is I would like to start interviewing different people from Server 20. Maybe that ends up expanding into other servers and stuff. But I mean, mostly I'm just curious, right, to talk to some of the people. I mean, I remember coming up, right, there was just names that floated around. Everyone's, heard of Behringer, right? He's running the most powerful alliance, right? And not everyone. If you haven't, fantastic. You haven't been hit by IA yet. But I think it would be really cool to actually get to know the people behind the personas that you get from a text perspective, right? A lot of times I've heard that even perception of me, and I think of myself as a super nice guy. I'm not really one to send like super mean messages or anything like that. I mean, worst case scenario, you do something I think is rude or inappropriate, and I'm going to go ahead and say something along the lines of, why'd you do that? Like, oh no, sorry if I came at you too hard there, but why would you do that? Like, other people are dropping F-bombs immediately right off the bat, coming at people hard. When you approach people kindly right off the bat, I think you get to see a different side of them. And I've been pleasantly surprised as I've gotten to know more and more people on the server on a personal level to find out that like these are good people, right? And everyone's kind of got their own issues and stuff. But if you knew one another, or if we knew one another, I think that the way that we interact with one another might be a little more positive. And ultimately, everything I'm doing here is purely to improve the experience of the people that are playing with and around me. I have no expectations about like redeeming this game for certain people or anything, but for the people that do appreciate the community the same way that I do, I really hope that this is something that catches on. So for the sake of time, I'm not planning on streaming for super long or anything tonight. I'd like to record this and share it. But what I'm hoping is if you're interested in doing an interview with me, letting me ask you some questions, I have pre-written questions that I'll send you. That way there's nothing that I'm not trying to get any gotchas or anything. This is about making everyone look good and giving you the opportunity to express yourself and let the server get to know you. So if you're open to doing that, please feel free to PM me. Most of the people that are going to see this are in Quarks on Discord. If you're not, get there. I don't know. But reach out to me one way or another, in game, outside of the game. And please help support this. I think that it is going to be something that's a lot of fun for a lot of people. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And thanks for hopping on for the 2-3 folks that came on live with me.